morning. How are we all this morning? So, my name's Lorraine. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from the Fraser Coast area in Queensland. Lovely to see you all. Good morning, Sue. How are you this morning? Good to see you. Alrighty, so what's happening? We've still got, I'll do that bit in a second, and I've got a card this morning. I'm winging it, so we just need to. Hi, Marlene. How are you this morning? Lovely to see you. Yeah, I'm winging this one this morning, so you know what that means, don't you? But we'll get there in the long run. Morning, Roz. How are you? Excuse me. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Daphne. And Lisa. And Siobhan. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me this morning. So we might have a bit of fun with this one. We'll see how we go. Alrighty. Now, I'll pop down to the desk. Oh, that sounded weird. Desk. Anyone would think I was. Okay, so we still have our bonus days going. So don't forget your bonus days. Shop in Australia, you earn $9. A $9 coupon for every $90 that you spend, and that goes on until the 2nd of February. You can then use your coupons until the end. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I'm glad someone has confidence in me. I'm hoping it'll work. Hi, Leslie. How are you this morning? Alrighty, so from the 3rd of February to the 28th of February, you can redeem your coupons. Your coupons will come to you in an email that looks like this. And these are the codes that you will use to, I can just see they're a weird looking code thing, to redeem your coupons. Now, it says in here you can spend them or you can share them. Okay, so they're only generated the once, so don't lose the email. There's no limit of coupons that you can, or coupon codes you can redeem on an order. So if you want to, you can redeem them all at once. If you're using multiple codes, remember to separate them by a space. So when you're popping it into your where it asks you for coupons at the bottom of your order, just make sure that you put a space between them. All right. Of course, you can always ring demonstrator support if you need any help with that. So, I have three there, and I have another small order to go in. Actually, I believe I didn't look at it closely this morning, but I went into my shopping cart yesterday, and the bugs were out of stock, and I was like, no. But I got a message, an email this morning, I think, I haven't checked it properly yet, to say that they are back in. Yes, that's a good idea, Roz. Yeah, take a screenshot with your phone and you won't lose your codes unless you're Lorraine. I put things in. Now, what do I put it in? I put it in something. And everyone says to me, put it in there. And that way then you've got it. Oh, dear. I really have to get my act together when it comes to technology, especially now, because what's happened is I have an Australian passport, but being English, I'm also entitled to an English passport. Many years ago, I used to leave Australia on my Australian passport, go into England on my English passport, leave England on my English passport, and come into Australia on my Australian passport. which worked fine until one of the customs guys one day, he got really cranky with us. Oh, did you, Susie? Yeah, I'm going to get it. Yes, that's a good idea, Roz. I printed it out here and I keep it actually in here so that I've got it. Yeah. So apparently, anyway, when we went to England last year, we had to get one of these ETA things, which allowed us to go into our own country, but with an Australian passport. So we did that. That was no drama. Now they're saying that we have to have our English passports as well. Both of our English passports ran out quite a while ago. So now we have to apply for English passports, and they need the original birth certificates. Well, we're not young, and so mine got laminated, so that's going to be interesting. But I'm going to find out more details about it and just see how we go. So with that man doing that, I mean, we would have kept our English passports going and there wouldn't have been this problem. But now, of course, we've got all this hassle that we've got to go through. But we're not going to England until next year, so hopefully we'll get it all sorted by then. All right, this morning's card. I'm flying by the seat of my pants, as I said. Hopefully we will get there. The DSP I'm using is this gorgeous one here, and I will be using both sides of it. Now, this side is peach pie, I think, and there is peach pie in here. We've got Calypso, is it Calypso coral, whatever. We have fresh freesia. We have old olive. Sorry, brain's not working. And we have gold in here. So really pretty colors. And oh, did you, Lisa? Yeah, I mean, we've got ours, but like I say, they're laminated. So yeah, folding them's going to be a bit of an issue, but that's okay. We'll get there. Hi, Holly. How are you this morning? Lovely to see you. All right, so this is what we're going to do. So let me get started. Otherwise, we'll be here forever. And I think once we get started with this, I don't think it's going to take too long at all. So I'm not going to use basic white thick. I'm just going to use ordinary basic white because I've got to cut through 2 layers with this. So let me I think that's the normal one. Yeah, feels like the normal one. So I'm just going to do my normal card sizes and make this fit. So the card base is 5 3/4. I'm really tempted to just do half a sheet, to be quite honest. 5 3/4 by 8. And I've got bits on my desk. All right, so we've got that, which I'm going to fold in half. All right, so that's that part. And then my first layer, I'm going to cut from here. It seems sacrilege, really, but hey, I've got 2 sheets and I can always buy more. This one's going to be 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. So we'll go with the 3 3/4. And then we'll do the 5 1/2. All right, so this is going to sit on the front of here like this. All right, before I go any further with that, I will be cutting some more later. What happened there? But what I'm going to do before I do that is I'm going to stick this onto here because I want it to dry properly. Sacrilege. All right, so not quite as humid here this morning, and it looks like it may rain, but who knows. Now I'm just going to put an extra bit around the middle there, and you'll see why in a minute. And while this is sort of getting stuck on there so that it's not going to come off. Is that straight? Looks straight. I'll cut a couple of the other pieces. So we're going to use these this morning. And I've changed I changed my camera. So if I go off of camera, someone tell me, please. So I'm going to use that one. And I'm also going to use this one. But what I'm going to do is, with this one, I'm going to cut the middle out of this card. Okay. So, and then I'll use that one. For that one, I need another piece of white. No, let me see if I've got a scrap that I can use for that. That might work. So I need to cut a piece of the white, which I will do. Oh, didn't clunk today. Must have had enough use last week. Now I'm also going to cut a piece of the DSP. I need to choose where I want to cut it from because I think that gives us a bit of an idea. Or I can go up here. Oh, I might do that actually. Yeah, I might do that. I'm just going to cut a piece out of there as well. And I'm actually going to stick that onto there so that one can dry for a little bit while I've used both sides. I mean, always these will coordinate with each other, but I thought if I use the same piece, I'm not going to have lots of little pieces hanging around. You need a new nurse at times. Oops. Oh dear. Hopefully it'll all be over soon, Roz. Now let me move that because it's on my mouse and I can't read up. Hi Glenda, lovely to see you. Oh, Lisa, you had snow. Oh wow. I think I've said hello to everybody now. Excellent. So I've got this piece now on here. I'll cut that in a minute. What I need to do is I want to cut a strip, and I'll do it in. I do it in the white. Underneath, when I do the center of this card, I'm going to put 2 layers down. And because I don't think I have the peach pie in card, I'm pretty sure I don't, but let's have a little look-see. I was going to order some, and I was also going to order Calypso Coral, but I didn't. Now, I believe that one's in the Subtles. So why then, Lorraine, are you looking in the... No, 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 no. No, I haven't got it done. What's this one? Well, that's Timid Tiger. Might be a bit... It's not too far off of that, is it? So I might use the Timid Tiger because only a small amount of it's going to show. But I might also use that for this strip that I need. It's sort of a bit in between those two. What do you think? Timid Tiger? I don't really want to bring in the Fresh Freesia because we're not really doing that. And if I don't like it, I'll just cut more in a different colour. I could also do where is it? Old Olive. I could do Old Olive. But I haven't got any of the green on there, so that's why I avoided it. All right. So I'm going to cut a strip. And I'll probably trim this afterwards, but look at that, the exact size I want, 5 inches by 1.5, like so. And then I'm going to score at 3/4 of an inch. Like so. And if we don't like this, yell. Hi Debbie, how are you this morning? No Old Olive? No, okay. It's pretty, all right. There we go. Isn't it, like you make friendships and what have you, and you do wish you could go and help your friends that you've made overseas and what have you. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut through both these layers on the front here, but I want to line it up, and I am going to be good, and I'm going to use tape. So let me see whether how close I am to being in the middle. That's, what is it? Just over 1.25. And that's just under. So if I move it down a tad, we should be about right. I mean, you don't have to measure this. Probably that way a tiny bit. Look, literally. So I am going to... It is peach pie, but I don't have peach pie. I was going to order peach pie, and then I didn't. All right, just let me cut this piece out. And I'm going to run it through twice because it's going through the 2 layers. So just to make sure that we have actually cut it. Yep, it's gone through, so that's good. And we'll have a piece to use at another time. See, this is why I don't like it. I'm always scared I'm going to tear Don't say things like that, Lorraine. There we go. So now we have that. We have this piece that we can use at a later date. All right, so now this is going to, that is giving us a really wide gap. Did I use the two that were next to each other? Or did I not? Let me check. Yeah, I did. So it was that one. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do another one of these, which I've actually got the white, so I can use that. Let me do another one of these out of the DSP. Now that I've picked the piece I want, I've got to pick another piece now. That should be nice. Hasn't got so much of the bright on it. Where's the other piece? Now I'll make do with what I've got here. Put it up there. I'll get a bit of the bright in it. I just want to cut this to see how this fits. And then I'll make my choice. And I think what I didn't take into consideration is that these actually cut in the middle and leave a gap, which makes it, that might be too thick. I'll just cut another one of those. Let's have a piece of white. There's going to be a piece in here big enough somewhere. There we go. So if I stick that onto there, how's that going to fit in there now? Okay, I'll do it with this one. I'll just add this to this. So when I do this, I can either have it so that I have that white all the way around, and it will have that going through it as well, which I don't really like. So move over, because you have to fit exactly. Yeah. That'll go through. We'll use the bigger one. All right, so now what I want is a card base for the back, which I'm going to do at, let me move those out of the way before I lose them. That down there before it goes everywhere. I'm just going to cut a card base at 5.5 by 3 3/4. So let's go 5.5 by 3 3/4. And then on top of that, I am going to put, what will I put? Should I put that? Or should I put white? No, I'm going to put a piece of this. So let's go for 5.5 by 3 3/4. Let's go for 3.5 by 5 1/4. And that gives us that, which I'm going to put on the inside. The reason I'm doing this is because this is pale enough that you could actually you could write on it if you wanted to. So that's what I'm sort of going with. Now I'm going to stick this to this. And plus it saves me doing too much mucking around on the insert. So yeah, I'm going to use the Timid Tiger because I don't have the other, but and I don't have Calypso Coral either. So there we go. Now where's the piece I'm using? Now, before I stick this down, I have to put this in here. So this is going to go in here, but I have to pull it through here. So this is where I have to get this really lined up. And this is the bit that was, you know, a little bit scary. So I'm going to put that through there, and I want that central like that because this is going to sit back on there like that. Okay, so and then it will open to that. Maybe I should have just put white, but no, I think we'll leave that. I think that looks okay. Do you? Do you think it looks like an okay opening up to that, or do you think I should have a white background there? What do you think? Tell me while I fiddle around with this. That goes through there, and that is going to go back in there like that. All right, so what I need to do is stick that behind there. I'm just going to stick this little bit. You think white, Suzanne? Yeah, all right, we'll do the white. I'll just change it. Oh, okay. We're going to do that. I'll leave that to one side because I can always use it for something else. Let me get... I'm not going to waste it. Let's move all this out of the way. Oops, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to lose it, aren't I? All right. So we're just going to do 5.5 by 3 3/4. You know, I said it wasn't hot in here. It's getting really warm now. And then using the white, I will do 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. Perfect. Anybody know why we turn it over when it's the same on both sides? Okay, now we'll line this up again. So that's going to sit in there. That's going to come over there. This has to come through there. And let me probably move it up a little bit. There. So that is where I'm going to stick that down. Oh, sorry, I've got to remember to lean a bit more forward today. So I'll just let that stick. Maybe, Lisa, yeah. One side is smoother. Maybe. All right, so we have that. Now just let me see that this is going to work. Yes, it is. So now I can stick this back piece down. I thought the glue might have been getting a bit empty. So I just pop the insert in, making sure, yep, all good. All right, so now all I'm going to do is take this piece and you fit it back in. And I just want to make sure that's going to open. Yeah, it is. So now I'm going to fit this piece back into there. And see, it could have been this piece, but like I said, you're going to see too much of the other thing, so it's better to do this bit. But what I do want to do, I actually, when I put that together, I've got a tiny white edge here, which I don't want it to stop it from moving. I'm just going to take it off. I mean, it's so tiny I can hardly see it, but I know that it's there. Okay. I'm going to fit that back in there. All right, so I'm going to glue this now. Everybody hold your tongue. Oh, I didn't want to do that, did I? It was me saying everybody hold your tongue in the right direction, and it was me that needed to hold my tongue in the right direction. Where's my pillow? Pillow. I'll stop that being sticky. So now I'm just going to, I'm going to put the glue on here because otherwise I'm going to get it in the wrong place. And now we're going to put this piece back in where it came out of, like so. Mum must have gone out this morning again. She's feeling better. Yeah, thanks, Sue. All I can say is thank goodness for so when we open it, we have this, and we can put our sentiment under there, and then when we close it, we've got that. So I'm just going to I might use the big scissors. I'm just going to chop that off. Oh, okay, we're going early. So basically that is what we will have. Okay, so that fits back into there like that. Now we're going to put a greeting. So let's find something nice to put. You can put something else on there if you like. I actually thought about, is this the stamps? Yeah. I actually thought about using this stamp and just the leaves. I'm not going to use one of those big, so I can sort of put that with this florally bit coming over the top of it or whatever. And I can put that in there because it's not going to like worry it at all. So if I do that in, I don't want it anything too dark. Let me get a couple of blocks. That'll do for that one. And it's all my small blocks gone. And we'll do this one. Yeah, you like a hidden message? Yeah. Oh. What is happening now? Goodness me. For some reason, my whole screen is moving. Okay. All right. So let's have a little bit of, yeah, we've got some white here. And I'm thinking, so we've got some Darling Duckling in there, but I don't know that I want to add another colour. So I might go with Fresh Freesia because that is also in there. And I'm going to go with, I will go with Old Olive, I suppose. So for the Fresh Freesia, actually, no, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm just going to use Basic Grey. I'll close this up, otherwise I'll have my hand in it. Okay, I just wanted to see what it did. There's that. I'm just going to put some purple or pink in there of some sort just to fill those little flowers in. And do that. It's not Fresh Freesia, but that's okay. And then stamp these leaves, which look huge. So these are going to be cut out, so I don't know if I'm going to need that. Let me see. Nope. That'll be enough because I just want that touch of colour. I don't want it dark. All right, let me get the dies for those. So this die here in the middle is for that. And then this one is for the other one. So I'll just pop those through. Oh, goodness. We'll see how we turn out. What's that one? What's that one? Holding the tongue right, people. hang on, my bottom plate my number one plate has slipped. And so I know what was going to happen if I hadn't noticed that. So I didn't want too much on that. I don't want to take away from that paper because it's rather pretty. So we've got that. And then we've got, didn't get that on there very straight, did I? And I thought I had. And then we've got the leaf. So what I'd do is probably put the leaf on and then just pop that underneath it just to give us something to, you know, other than just a plain piece of DSP. That's right, I'm looking for my, I told you I'd lose stuff. I'm just looking for my dimensionals, which I can't find. Oh, there they are, right in front of me. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to put this part up on dimensionals. I'm only going to put a couple on because I want to slip that. Okay. Just going to put that on there like that. Oh, leave site, it says. Why would I want to leave the site? Hi, Jocelyn. How are you? Lovely to see you. Hot there today? Oh, my goodness. I didn't think it was warm here. And oh, dear, Suzanne. And then I'm just going to pop this underneath and I'm going to stick it down. Better put it underneath the whole thing, I suppose. Go under, go under. There we go. So we've got a little bit of the thing, and then when we open it up, we open that, that's where we're going to put our message. And we'll just choose the message. And I'm going to use the new, the Fabulous Sayings. Now, bearing in mind, it has to fit under and around here. So we can use anything from here, basically. So I also think it needs something on the front. So maybe I could put to a fabulous friend and then under here put the happy birthday. What do you think? I think let me have a look. I'll put the happy birthday in first because I just want to make sure that it's going to sit there and not be seen. It should. Let me. It's sticking to me, isn't it? Pretty sure. Ooh. Happy birthday is going to actually come off either side, so that one's too big. let's have a look at what else. How about Sending Love is probably just about the same. Probably about the same length. Oh no, it's a bit shorter. So I can put Sending Love. That one actually fits nicely in there. So that's the one I'm going to put there. Let me line that up. I have a dog hair on my tabletop here. My dog is has short hair, and I don't very often get. All right. I can do that in the peach pie because I do have peach pie, or I can just do it in, I'll just do it in the basic grey, I think. Put it up the right way, Lorraine. And I'll just smooshy this off a little bit because I haven't used it before. Where's my pad? Here it is. Yep. Please. Okay. Hopefully straight. Oh, that'll do perfectly. So that's that one, which is covered by that. And then we'll do something on the front. What shall we do on the front? Let's have a look. I could put You Are On My Mind and then Sending Love. That's nice. And I can fit, I'll check it first. Is that the one? You're On My Mind, and I could put that on something down there. Let's get a piece of the white again. That's really quite sweet. Cut that out. I wish I could find my little, I do have a tiny guillotine and I'm not sure where it is. And it's really quite annoying because I prefer to use the guillotine for this. Let's see where that goes. And we can still take a bit more off of there. Excellent. straight would be good. Right. Trouble with this one is that it's going to be quite big on the bottom, so we'll just see. That's why I'm wanting to cut it down. See, I don't like that. I mean, I like the saying, but I don't like the way we've got to have. No, not on a piece of. The only other way to do it would be to fussy cut it. Let's just see if that works. I'm thinking I haven't left enough at the top to do it. Now I'm holding my tongue out sideways, hoping that it's going to work. Nope, don't like it. Don't like it. That's not happening. All right. Let's go with something straight. Let's go with 2A. I used this the other day, and I quite like this one. I could probably get that one on there. That's not straight. Let me get a strip out of here. Here we go. Let's use a strip from there. To a fabulous friend. Beautiful. And then I'll just cut that way and that way. And then I will pop that across there. That looks much better. Much better. Hang on, what are we talking about? I love the picture frame Connie made. Who's Connie? Ooh. All right, so we got close to that, Roz. Not quite. I haven't been watching the chat. Once I get in the zone, that's me done. And then I think, oh, I should probably look at the chat. All right, to a fabulous friend. There we go. I'm going to have fun cleaning up today, and I'm going to go shopping straight after this. Right, so we've got that. Now I put no choices other than the color today because we're going to use these gorgeous pearlized faceted circles. They are so pretty. Connie Stewart in Oklahoma. Okay. Well, look at all you going doing your card classes. I was actually quite surprised doing a video on Saturday how many I had watching. So, alrighty. So what we've got here, we've got the Calypso Coral. This is like a pink. This one here, and then we have, it's like a, I don't know what it is. That's, no, you know what? That's Calypso Coral. These are, whatever it is, peach pie. And then these ones here are the pink, I think. So very pretty. So we're going to go with dark, medium, or light. That's probably the easiest way to describe them. Messy cards. All right, shall we go with the dark, the medium, or the light when it comes to putting these little things on? What do you think? First one up gets it. So I can't think of the lady's name who did this. I actually saw it this morning and I thought, I just literally, you know how you script through dark, yes, dark. All right, we'll do the dark. And I sort of thought, oh yes, I think I can remember how to do that. And that was what I decided on right on the spur of the moment. Yesterday I had looked at several different things and I was like, no. Yeah, I'm really tempted with this one to do this. One, two, one, two, one, two. Okay. All right. So we'll do two of the bigger ones and one of the smaller ones, I think. There's the rain. Said to my husband before it was going to rain before I finished my card. All right, so we've got those. I could put another two on and put one either side of there, but I don't think it's necessary. Yep. Okay, Suzanne, I'm just about done anyway. All righty, so that is our card. You can see these are slightly coloured. And then we open it up and we have the message. We just have to remember to pop that back in there so that it all slips back in together. So what do we think? Do we like that one? You like that one, Marlene? I don't think I need any more of these, do you? I think it's, you know, just, it's quite plain and it's very simple to make, really. It was just that I thought I might have needed that smaller inside one when in actual fact I didn't. What she said was you can pull this to make this go back in. But you know what? I don't think that's necessary. It sort of goes back in on its own. And there we go. All righty. That's me. Let me come back up to the top. Where are we? Here. Okay, so that was our card for today. I have no idea what I'm doing tomorrow. I was hoping to stay with this suite, but I don't have both sides of it, if that makes sense. So I have the beautifully celebrated side of it. So this side of it. I haven't got the one that cuts out the big flower. However, I can always send the rain there. The garden is so dry after. Oh no. Yeah, it would be. Well, I would, but you know what? We had a heavy shower and now it's still raining a tiny bit, but it's just spitting. But they've been threatening this with us for about a week. You're very welcome, Sue. And if I could send it to you, I certainly would. Alrighty, so that's the card for today. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, so I can't tell you, but I'm thinking this is quite cute. All right, I will see you all tomorrow, same place, same time. If you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe, and a thumbs up would be great too. It just helps it to get out there a little bit more. So thank you very much for joining me. Take care of you and your families, and I will see you all again the same time tomorrow. Bye for now.